You follow the landing round until you reach another door on the right-hand side. A nameplate identifies it as the Erasmus room. What do we do? Is she fading away from this world? Is she drifting like a feather? Is she not like the other girls? Do we enter Erasmus room, or do we go down way? Is she guilty? Is she falling? Look, I'm going to be real. I like the band The Erasmus. I'm sorry, I just do. I really do. They had that hit Guilty, they had Falling, they had their album Dead Letters, then they had the follow-up album 10 Black Roses. I like the band The Erasmus. I know it's like mid-2000s, middle-of-the-road emo rock. But that's just me. That's who I am. It gets me. They had In the Shadows. In the Shadows was brilliant. Guilty. Falling. They had loads of good stuff. Yeah, they really was. They were always too edgeless for me. Look, when I was like a 13 or 14-year-old middle-class kid in a totally fine high school with nothing really wrong with it, that had a totally normal, average life, I would sit there listening to all these edgy emo lyrics of all the difficulties they faced, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's me. Oh, they get it. Oh, they understand my struggles. Sometimes when I get to the library computers, there aren't any free, so I can't play RuneScape. That was a tough childhood. They understood. They understood my trouble and strife. They really, truly did. Sometimes I did wonder if I would ever find a place in the Diary of Jane. Look, emo rock got me. Because I was a very, very middle-class suburban kid that had no real struggles based on the real world, you know? So when I heard emo rock and they were like, oh, you're so downtrodden, you're so put down, your generation is so hurt, I'm like, you get me, you get it, thank you. And then I kind of grew up and I'm like, oh wow, none of that applied ever. Right, I'd like to see the emo look eyeliner for the next stream. It's not a phase, it's really not. Also, it's not eyeliner, oh my god, it's guyliner, okay? Come on, get it together. Because we can't just call things the same things that women have. Men wouldn't buy them. We can't just be like, hey, it's eyeliner, but you can use it if you're a guy. Guys would look at it and go, ew, no, I'm not going to buy eyeliner. That's for women. Guyliner, on the other hand, that's fine. Yeah, no, we haven't invented drugs in the UK yet. It was weird. It should be called war paint. That's what it should. I like how marketers are like, no, men won't buy this. Men just straight up won't. They really won't buy it. They're too... It's a weird thing. Men just won't buy stuff if it's not given a manly title. It's true. Okay, so end of corridor. We're going that way. But it is, like, women's shower products are things like, you know, fruits of the forest, peach, vanilla and sunrise, cinnamon and love flavor. And then you get the manly stuff. It's like gun, petrol, the grease that you find in a car, death. Yeah, sweet, I'll smell like that. No, I'm going to buy the fruits of the forest one because it smells delicious. Diesel. That's what it's going to be. War paint truly is that. Do you want makeup? No, you don't. You want war paint. Lava scent. It's there's this whole thing of just advertising this Kleenex. No, Kleenex for men. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm a man. I can't buy regular Kleenex. It won't hold my manly tears that I cry while watching the first Pokemon movie. Kleenex for men, however. Dude wipes. Yeah, that'll work. It's amazing. Okay, the first Pokemon movie will make you cry. It will, straight away. Makeup, urban camouflage. I'm like, it's just makeup. You don't need to change that around to appeal to people who are too insecure to just buy it normally. It's absolutely fine. Do you want to buy razors? Or do you want to buy pink razors for women? And I'm sat there, I think as a kid, I kind of realized I don't think there's a difference. I just straight up I don't think there's like a factory producing razors and another factory who pick them up and look and then go, that's just a little bit too sharp. And there's a big wall of sandpaper and they just gently, that's good. That'll cut women hair. That will. We can't have them being too sharp. They'll cut their feelings on it. That's what would happen. The woman factory is pink. It's like the Twix factories. It's exactly the same, but one of them is bright pink and the other one is camouflage and made of guns. That's what it is. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I like to think that there was a marketing meeting somewhere, like an emergency meeting at Gillette one year, where some poor plucky intern ran in and they're like, Sir, we have a problem. All of these handles, all the little plastic temporary handles, they're pink. And there was like every man in the room was silent, which was the entire room. And then one guy in the corner just went, I have a plan. And everyone kind of stared at him. And he just looked over and he was like, women exist. And then everyone's kind of brain collectively went, oh, I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing. Yeah. Then they sold it. By gods, they do. Yeah. Yeah. And then we sold them to them. Yeah. Then he was promoted and raised the price. He did. Now, why did we get onto this discussion? We were discussing gendered products, weren't we? I mean, I come from the kind of mid-2000s UK era where, for some reason, anyone in the chat, feel free to jump in if you remember this, we had an absolute rise in lads mag culture. And as a young lad at the time, I kind of thought that I needed to be into that. Like, there was like Maxim, FHM, Nuts, Zoo magazine. Yeah, Nuts magazine. It was just, you were bloke. Here's a magazine called Nuts. What's in it? Scantily clad women, cars, and sometimes just full-page adverts for perfume, but we call it cologne. Because you won't buy perfume, and there were little sample packs that you could peel out of the pages and use them, but then the page still had some glue on it, so when you closed the page, it would stick to the previous page, which people would think the worst of because it's a lads mag, but no, it was just the glue from the perfume sample. Lads Weekly, yeah. Check out this advice column written by an actual porn star. And even as a teenager, I was sat there thinking, I'm willing to bet she probably didn't write this. She probably licensed her image and someone else wrote it. And I think that's when I realized the world was lying to me. That's what I was. You know what I love as well is, like, I'm reading the lads mags when I'm a kid because I buy them because I think societal pressure says that I have to be into this. I have to care about cars. I have to care about women. I have to care about football. All that stuff. Now I care about one of those. And I was reading the mags and I was like, okay, an article, 6 ways to get a 6-pack. And then the next week it'd be like 2 ways to get a 6-pack. And then another month it'd be like the only 6-pack workout you need. And I'm thinking, how quick is science moving? That we're just completely disregarding all of these things that we knew only 12 months ago. I want infinite ways to get a 6-pack. If I don't have all of them, honestly, the article should have been like 2 sentences long. It should have been, eat less, move more. That would have been it. That would have been the whole article. If calories burned exceed calories intake, you will get 6-pack eventually. That is how science work. But no, that's... And then it was like, beer. Yeah. Once you do learn about the basics of fitness, reading fitness magazines becomes a little bit more difficult. because you realize the amount of pseudoscience within them. It really does. Car boys and horse girls. Oh God, is that a thing? I've never thought about it before, but you have lads that are really into cars and they're a bit weird. And then you have girls that are really into horses and they're also a bit weird. I did date a horse girl once. She was a bit weird. You know, lovely person, but also very strange. I can also ride a horse, by the way. I say ride a horse. I can comfortably sit on a horse, hold the reins, and just kind of let the horse do its thing. If it starts trotting forward, and I'm like, all right, guess we're going this way. I'm okay with that. When people are like, can you tell the horse what to go, you know, where to go? I'm like, oh, no. No, the horse is in charge here. It will decide where it's going. I will sit and look regal on it. That's what I will do. Yeah, that's what I can do. I can tack up a horse, no problem. I can muck out with the best of them. I can put on a saddle, I can hop up. I look good in a pair of jodhpurs. But let's be fair, most people do. And then I can just gently, you know, trot along some kind of quaint English trail. There we go. That's what it is. You fell off the only time you rode a horse. I mean, we all fall off every now and again. If you don't have a license to be a cowboy. No, we didn't. Never had those in the UK. Sorry. What if the horse is trying to jump to make any kind of jump? I can't do it. I cannot. I had a horse helmet around here somewhere. It's gone now. Okay, cool. Let's go down the end of the corridor. Lads Mag. We'll get back to Lads Mag culture eventually.